Hey, welcome back to another video presentation on topics related to integers. And in this video lecture, we will learn about addition of integers. And in particular, we will learn about addition of integers on a number line. That is, using a number line, we will explain you that how you perform addition on two integers or more than two integers. So let's begin. We have here 5 plus 3. Now, always remember, whenever it is written, simply 5 or any number, like simply written as a, if any number is a, so always consider it as plus a. So whenever any number is positive, you need not to mention plus, but what it implies is that it is plus a. Had it been a negative number, in that case it would be minus a. So 5 plus 3 also means that you are actually adding plus 5 and then plus 3. Okay. So let's begin our discussion on addition, and let's perform addition in this case. So if this is a number line and this is 0, this is 0, and you have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6, 7, 8, and let's say we have minus 1 here, minus 2 here, minus 3 here, minus 4 here, minus 5, minus 6, and minus 7. And to begin with, in any such cases where you have to add numbers and you are using a number line to explain addition, always consider that you are standing at 0 position. You are at 0 number. Okay, now it is plus 5. So whenever it is plus 5 or any plus a number, always try to move towards, not try, you should, sorry for try, you should always move towards the right direction, towards the right. So if it is your right direction and if it is your left direction, always remember that if a number is plus, then you have to move towards right, and if a number is negative, that we will discuss. Okay, so for a moment just forget about negative number. Here you have two positive numbers, so it is plus 5. So first take, you are at 0, so move to 5 intervals towards the right, or say you take 5 jumps. So this is first jump, this is second, to the direction, this is third, this is fourth, and this is 5. Bang, you're at 5 plus 5. Now again it is saying plus 3. So since it is plus, so no need to move towards left, you have to move towards right. So again take 3 jumps. 1 jump, 2 jump, and then third jump, and you are at 8. So what will be the answer in this case? You are plus 5 and plus 3. So the answer of this addition will be that if you land at 8, then the answer will be 8, or say plus 8. Both these things are same things. So this is the addition. Now let's say that you have minus 5 plus minus 3. You are aware of a negative number. You are aware of the concept of negative numbers we discussed in our previous videos. So in such cases, first take your number line. You take your number line, and let's say you are marking 0 here, then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and so on. And here you will have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, -4. Always remember that these are at equal intervals. -4, -5, -6, -7, and -8, and so on. It will go on since it's a line, number line. So there is no end of it. Now you have -5. So if this is your right direction, this is your left direction, you are standing at 0. This is -5. So move towards the left direction. Take 5 jumps towards the left. So first jump, second jump, third jump, fourth, and bang, you're at 5th jump. So this is -5. Now you have to add -3 into it. So since it is minus number, so you have to take jumps towards the left. So 1 jump, 2 jump, and 3 jump. So you land at -8. Therefore, the answer of this addition will be -8. Now, look at this number. It is -8. And look at this addition that you just performed. It is -5 and plus -3. This will give you -8. In this case, it was +5 and +3. And even in this case, you got 8, but it was +8. So here it is +8. Here it is -8. The only difference was that here you were adding 2 positive numbers. Therefore, you got the positive result. Okay, if you are adding 2 positive numbers, if you are adding 2 positive numbers, then your result will be always positive, always, right? And in this case, when you are performing addition of 2 negative numbers, in this case, again, you got -8, and this implies that you will always get, if you add 2 negative numbers, then you'll always get a negative, answer, always. Since this is -5, this is -3, we explained you that how you got the answer -8 using number line. So the basic rule will be that whenever you have to add 2 negative numbers, what you have to do is just simply think of them as +5 and +3. Add them, you'll get 8, and since these both are negative numbers, therefore put a minus sign here. Because we wrote here, if 2 negative numbers, you're adding 2 negative numbers, your answer will always be negative. So if it is -5 and -3, what you have to do is simply add 5 plus 3, the answer will be 8, and since it has the addition, it is the addition of 2 negative numbers, therefore put minus sign here. Okay, here it was +5 and +3, therefore you got 8, but here you have -5 and -3, so add 5 and 3, you'll get 8 and put minus sign because you have 2 negative numbers here. Now let's do this one. It is -5 plus 3. We have written it as -5 plus 3 because we told you that if it is A, then that means that it is actually plus A. Okay, so both things are same things. Put it on number line. So if it is a number line, say it's 0 here, then you have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 7 here, 8 here, and so on. It will go on. And then let's take few numbers on negative side. So this is -1, this is -2, this is -3, this is -4, this is -5, this is 6, and for our purpose to solve this question, it will be sufficient, so leave it to here, -6. Okay, now you are at position 0, you are at number 0. This is -5. Since it is minus 5. This is your left direction, this is your right direction. Minus number means you start jumping towards the left. So take 5 jumps. First jump, second jump, third jump, fourth jump, and fifth jump. You are at minus 5. Now you have to add a positive number. Since this is a positive number, so you will move towards the right, and this is the right direction, so you move towards right and take 3 jumps because it is plus 3. So from here you landed at this position. So this is first position, this is second position, this is third position, and you land at minus 2. Therefore the answer will be minus 2. Now let's see for this one. In this question it was minus 5 plus 3. In this question it is plus 5 plus minus 3. We have changed the position of minus sign. In this question minus sign was with 5 and plus sign was with 3. But in this question we have interchanged the position of negative sign. So minus sign is with 3 and plus sign is with 5. Right. Yes. Make a number line and put 0 here. Start marking it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And to solve our question, it will be sufficient. We need not to write further. This will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6. Now this is plus 5. Therefore you will start jumping towards the right. If this is your right direction, this is your left direction. So jump towards the right. Take 5 steps. First step, second step, third step, fourth and fifth. You land at 5, but now you have to add minus 3. Since it is a negative number, negative integer, therefore you will move towards the left. So you were at 5, take 3 jumps. First jump, second jump and third jump. You are at 2. So the answer will be 2. Now this was plus 5 plus minus 3 and you got 2. In this case it was minus 5 plus 3, you got minus 2. We interchange the sign, negative sign in this question. So you got 2 here and you are getting minus 2 here. So if you look these, this addition and this addition carefully, then you can say that if you are adding one positive integer and one negative integer, if you are adding any such cases where you have one positive and one negative, what you have to do is you have to first perform subtraction. Subtract the smaller number from the larger number. In this case the larger number is 5. So simply subtract it. 5 minus 3 and this will be 2. Okay. So whenever you have one positive and one negative integer and you have to perform addition, the first step will be always subtract a smaller number or smaller integer from the greater integer. Forget about their sign. Just forget about minus sign. First perform the subtraction of a smaller number from the larger numbers. In this case 5 was a larger number, 3 was a smaller number. You subtracted 5 minus 3, you got 2. Now the second step will be, if the negative sign, if the minus sign, negative sign or minus sign is with the larger number, then the result will also be negative. But if the negative sign or minus sign is with a smaller number, then your answer will be positive. In this case, negative sign is with 3. 3 is smaller than 5. Therefore, your answer will be positive. Your answer will be positive. Okay, this will be positive. Why? Because first you will perform subtraction. After performing subtraction, you will look at the two numbers and see which number has minus sign associated with it. If that number is smaller, then your result will be positive. But in this case, if you see here, you are actually adding one negative and one positive. So simply first step will be perform the subtraction. Subtract smaller number from the greater number. 5 is greater. Just forget minus sign for a moment. So 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. The second step will be look which number has the minus sign associated with it. So in this case, 5 has minus sign associated with it and 5 is larger than 3. Therefore, your result will be minus 2. So this will be your negative answer, right? So these were the, some basic things on performing addition of either two negative integers in this case, or two positive integers in this case, one negative and one positive like in this case, and one negative and one positive having some different scenario in this case. So we learned some of the major rules here, how we perform on number line, addition on number line, and what basic idea we are getting from this, what we wrote here and what we learned here.